Excuse me for the bags under the eyes. Saturday morning, very early. Well, early to me, shift workers and all that. Don't worry, didn't work last night. Night off. Anyway, welcome to the Paul Dolden Details channel. Not what you'd expect. Certainly not this week. I'm basically going back to my childhood, if you like. Yeah, I'm not 20, I'm not 30, yeah, I'm in my 40s. What do you mean you're in your 40s? I thought you were 30. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm 45. I left school in 1987, so in 87, shoulder pads, Dallas, Dukes of Hazzard, Magnum, the A-Team, before that, Chips, if you remember that, that's really going back. In that period, there was a time of, say, a series of cars known as hot hatchbacks. One in particular sort of evaded most of me and my friends. I mean, I actually had a Astra GTI, Donald cheer at once, thought the world of it, you know, and then got a house and all the rest of it, kids and so on. And there was a car at the time, it wasn't, you know, you had the XR2s, my mate had a Super Sport, you know, there was the Escort Mexicos and all that sort of thing. Fantastic cars, XR3s and so on, Cosworths. But there was one car, and you always thought, yeah, that's the thinking man's hot hatchback, and that was the MK1 Golf GTI. Well, through the powers of social media and cars and coffee in Colchester, I'm going to meet a guy who actually owns one. He's got an immaculate Y-plater. So I believe that's 1983, if I stand corrected. And we're going to walk around the car, go for a coffee, and have a chat about cars. See you in a bit. So you may have gathered, this week we're not cleaning, we're not doing car products, we're in an actual dream car of mine. I left school in 1987, as I said, it makes me 45 years old. I'm going to introduce you to someone who owns this car. It's a very, very special, this car. You have to see it to believe it. We're going to get a load of shots of this car in a bit. This is Rob, the owner. He's going to tell you a little bit about this car because he knows a damn sight more about it than I do. All I know is a very, very clean Golf GTI. Over to you, Rob. You're going to have to explain how you came to own this beautiful car and just tell the viewers a little bit about it.
Well, I've owned the car since the summer of 2012. I'd always wanted a white Mark 1 and it's taken me a number of years to try and actually find one. I sold a black Mark 2 to fund it, because I got that at the time. Yeah, so this one came up and it was too good to pass up. So I had the money and a deal was done. The guy was using it as a daily driver, which is incredible. I wouldn't use this as daily.
No.
So yeah, a deal was done and I've kind of loved it ever since, really. And yeah, owned it for about 4 years. Got rid of some of the initial teething problems that usual Mark 1 Golfs have. Hot start problem was the fuel accumulator. That was done a couple of years ago. And from there on in, it's been an absolute dream. Starts first time on the button and ultra reliable, really.
So, what loads of guys are probably going to know is the paint original? Obviously, it's been highly detailed, or is it been resprayed? You know, is it a bare metal restoration project?
It was bare metal resprayed about 5 or 6 years ago, certainly before I got it. So it was taken basically down to the bare metal, redone, all the glass put back in, and made good again, basically. So yeah, it's as it was when it was new.
Yeah. So as I said in the intro, the guys that actually drove these in the 80s, they always seemed to be like, they weren't the XR3i lot, you know, they weren't the, I hate to say it, the boy racers. They were the thinking man's hot hatchback. If you had one of these, you were probably working in London at the time. You might have been even working in the stock exchange, I don't know. Anyway, we are going to go and grab a coffee, and I'll show you a bit more about the car. Right, so we're down outside the the diner. We're going to go for a coffee. This is this stunning 1983 Golf Mark 1 GTI. Now, just point out a few things to you. These wheels, these have been refurbed, but I mean they look absolutely amazing. I mean 1983, it's 33 years old this car. Trims are absolutely immaculate. Let's just show you around the front end. What tends to happen on these, they fade like mad. I mean, these are, you know, they're like new. Still maintaining the original front splitter. Those of you who are in the know, hella. And what astounds me about this is we've just been down the road in it, and it is like being in a new car. So let's just take you into the inside. Oh, trying to lock it. Rob carefully has locked the car. Force of habit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right, let's just show you inside this. So it's still got that sort of that new car smell. It's unbelievable. 137,000 on the clock. Remember, this is 33 years old, this car. Gorgeous sunroof there. Got these really nice bucket seats, gorgeous things. Right, Rob's going to tell you a bit more about the engine. We're going to pop the bonnet. Check this out. Look, this is detail for you. 30th of the 11th, 1983. Luton, brilliant. Right, so under the bonnet, this is the 1800cc engine. Now Rob's going to tell you a lot more about this than me. This is Rob.
Morning.
Right, Rob, what can you tell us about this engine then?
Mark 1 GTI, 1.8. Not to confuse with the earlier 1.6 model. 112 horsepower from new. So it's just a very honest engine. Nothing's been changed. Only a few modifications to upkeep, but other than that, it's all standard as it was when it left the factory, really. So yeah, starts first time and runs like a dream.
As we've just experienced. So, you know, you look under a modern engine, it's just a sea of plastic. This is what you're dealing with, so everything's easy to get to. Alternator, starter motor, you know, water pump, if you need to change it, you can get to it. Radiators, easy accessible. This is why people love old cars. I mean, my son runs a Mark II, he absolutely loves it. This is a dream car, this, to him, and to me, to be honest with you. So the other thing I really found interesting as well, most cars, when they're cleaned, most people miss all this bit. Not Rob. He's an absolute fanatic, which is nice to see. Keen detailer. And obviously, this would have been a, was it a factory?
No, it's
Oh, it was an option, was it? Is there any Golf fans, VW fans? Yes, this is the right way. All immaculate. So Rob's just been telling me that this is actually the original glass from 1983. So the rear window and the side windows, the only thing that's been replaced is the windscreen. This car is actually driven, it's not a trailer queen. You know, it doesn't get a dust sheet thrown over it and get put in a corner. It's driven for the love of V-dubs, basically. So, I mean, even attention to detail, you know, with this, the red stripe, it's got everything, the hella lights, you know, it's such a beautiful car. So one of the things that actually astounds me in a car that's 33 years old, I bet your car at home has probably got more rattles in it than this. This is so tight. We've got a sunroof, the sun is out, it's a gorgeous autumn day, if you like. Sunglasses are on. There isn't a better place to be in a classic car. So an absolutely stunning car, I think you'd agree. Bearing in mind 33 years old, so 1983. In the 80s you probably would have seen these going up and down the M25 on your travels. Maybe a rep had one, maybe you know someone who's got one. You know, these are getting blimmin' rare, and they're getting rare would have not been mucked, you know, this hasn't been mucked about with, it's not on coilover, it's not slammed to the deck. Nothing wrong with that, guys. You know, if you want to do that, then fine. It's got the original wheels, even though they've been refurbished. Everything has been done so it's original, you know, it's not modded, and it's used. This car is actually used. It's not stuck in a barn, it's not got a sheet over it. Rob uses it. Right, well, thanks to Rob. Thanks very much, Rob, for coming down and showing us your fantastic car. I'm going to put a link on this video to Rob's Instagram. If you like V-dubs, like classic V-dubs, follow him, give it a like. Don't forget, more videos coming, more like this, maybe even featuring this car. We're going to plan some videos in the future, thanks to Rob. Right, so if you like the video and you like the content, please put a comment underneath. If you used to own one of these cars, you know, put it on the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. More videos like this coming, more cleaning, product testing, so don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again very, very soon. I'm going to leave you some more shots of this car.